Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome. Come on in, get you a glass of tea, cup of coffee, have a seat. If this is your first time here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit the like, do all the things. It is absolutely free. You will never be charged for hitting any of the buttons. I promise you that. How is everybody doing today? Everybody having a great Tuesday, I hope. It is definitely a hot one out there. Make sure you are staying hydrated. Hydrated, hydrated. It is a scorcher. That is for sure. Well, let's get into it. So, guess everybody knows by now, Brittany got married last week. Congratulations, Brittany, if you just happen to be listening to the replay. So happy for you and Sam. So happy. Love a good wedding. Love some wedding cake. Love some wedding cake. What's the best wedding cake you've ever had? Feel free to leave it down in the comments. Do you like it when somebody goes outside of the box and has some kind of non-traditional flavor, or do you like when they just stick to, the white cake and the buttercream icing? Let me tell you what I cannot stand. I cannot stand a wedding cake with that fondant icing, and then that's what they actually serve you, because that icing is for show. It's not, I mean, it is edible, but it doesn't taste good. Anyway, hello, Sky. Sky says, I have never had good wedding cake. It is always too sweet for me. Wedding cake is sweet. Do you like cake in general? Like, what kind of cake do you like? Wedding cake is usually really sweet. It's usually the icing. It's usually the icing. But hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I like all kinds of cake. If it's really sweet, then you just eat less of it. Eat less of it. Drink more coffee. I enjoy a cake. I enjoy a wedding cake, a birthday cake, just because it's a Tuesday cake. Hey, Sarah. I did say cake. It's so funny. I joined in another stream earlier today and they were talking about a birthday party. And I was like, oh, a birthday party. Was there cake? Yeah, they were, I don't know. They were talking about if it was a good party or not. And I was like, well, I mean, in my opinion, it was a good party if it was cake. Some cakes are way too sweet. They are, they are. I mean, are y'all talking about the cake is way too sweet or the icing I was glad to find someone live. I'm sleepy and need help waking up. Well, welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe and Sky, are you my family? Because y'all think cake's the icing. Yes, the icing is often what is too sweet for people because, in reality, icing is just pure sugar. I was making icing for the cookies. I don't know if you remember a few months ago, Sarah, when I made the heart cookies with the icing. I posted pictures of them, I believe. But it's just pure sugar. It's like icing is sugar and vanilla and gosh, what else was it? Like a little bit of water or maybe milk, but I want to say it was just water. But I was amazed how easy it was to make that icing for those cookies, and it was really good. And I just kept going by and eating the extra icing, but it was really sweet, and it was like a cream icing, just like the frosted icing that's on cookies. Anyway, hey, Krissa, we are talking about wedding cakes. What's the best wedding cake you've ever had, or just cake in general? I like cream cheese frosting. Oh, yes, cream cheese frosting is delicious. I love cream cheese frosting on like a spice cake, a carrot cake. Yes, yes. I still have to go get me one of those nothing bundt cakes. I looked up where the store was, and there's one about an hour away from me. I just need to make it a day, like a whole day, and go and do some shopping and get me. But the thing is, I looked at the menu and I literally want one of each of them. I couldn't decide. I swear, I'm going to end up on 600-Pound Life. Y'all are gonna be watching. Does anybody watch that show? Y'all are gonna be watching it, and you're gonna be like, "Is that the queen?" And we know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say, "Here's your 1,200 calorie diet." I'm a sucker for yellow cake and chocolate icing. Yes, I have to say that is probably, a crowd favorite. We all know I like to bake and cook, and, when I would take treats to work, that was a for sure, my signature cake, if you will, is, chocolate on chocolate. Uh, you know, devil's food, but yeah, I call it chocolate cake. Chocolate cake with chocolate icing. And that's too much for some people, but that is what I like. Hey, girl. Hey, Angela. How are you doing? Good to see you. What is your favorite kind of cake? Otherwise, I'm so basic. I love me a vanilla cupcake with buttercream icing. Yes, yes. My favorite cake to make is Kentucky butter cake. I have never heard of that. But I mean, butter, anything with butter can't be bad. Paula Deen, all about that butter. Like, if it says half a stick of butter, well, three-fourths of a stick make it even better. Yes. Love the cake. Love cake. Love all the sweet stuff. Right now, me and my husband are eating those fudgesicles like they are going out of style. And if the prince was here and he was eating like 4 of the popsicles back to back, I would have to be like, "Son, don't do that." But since he is out of town, we're just living it up. Hey, Colbita, good afternoon. What is your favorite kind of cake, girl? What kind of cake do you like? Yeah, we're just like just eating all the fudgesicles, but I don't like the popsicles. I can't do that. I like real ice cream, but not too much ice cream because I'm old, so I'm lactose intolerant. So, we need like the chocolate ice cream, or I can do maybe brown cows, the vanilla ice cream with the chocolate hard on top. But yeah. Oh, Sarah loves you. She wants you to name that baby. Did you hear, Sarah? I think we're going to get to find out the sex of the baby before the baby's born, allegedly, maybe. Yeah. Oh, she misses you. I know. I miss Sarah too. I had to reach out to Sarah this morning because I was like, I thought maybe she had blackballed me. Thought maybe I had been 86'd. So she isn't naming her after me. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think Queen makes a lovely name for a girl, or Royal for a boy. Carl said vanilla cake with milk chocolate icing. He's eavesdropping. Well, that's okay, Carl. It's okay. Yes, vanilla cake with milk chocolate icing. Yes. I am going to make brownies either tonight or tomorrow. So that's what's on the menu for this week. And I'm also going to try out this new recipe, sweet and sour peppers and sausage. So those are good names. Yes, Queen for a girl, Royal for a boy. I've been staying from drama too much after this weekend. Lord, this weekend was a lot. Let me tell you, for anybody that went on vacation, this was a good weekend to go on vacation, but help you if you tried to come back and catch up. There's no way. There's no way you would be able to watch all the lives from this weekend. Don't even try. Don't even try. First of all, some of them I don't even watch anyway. I just went back and watched a few of the main parts I was had questions about, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I mean, I'm blocked from most of them, so I have been redeemed in one of them, but I don't understand how I for someone who doesn't talk to anyone offline, um, like occasionally, I message like here and there in IG Messenger, like, hey, I haven't seen you around. But yeah, I get in more trouble for just being seen in chats and being accused of things. Yeah, but staying away from the drama. I knew my man couldn't wait until it was born. Right, right. Yeah, I said if I had another one, I would want to wait, but I knew I couldn't. I'm into trauma, and it's traumatizing at times. Okay, so Sky, of course, if you're in the trauma, which I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but so I've been dabbling in that community. Um, and Lord, that is a hot mess. That is a hot mess. And there's so many people. And it's so hard when you go into a new sector and you don't know what's going on. And, you can't ask questions because nobody knows you and you're an intruder. And, they think you're a sock or a spy or a mole or, whatever. So, but anyway, so 6:15 tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of Summer Wells' disappearance, right? So Scott, I'm sure you're aware of that. So I am worried that that's going to be like the showcase showdown for that community, because there's two different vigils going on, right? And where Summer lived, where her family still resides. I don't know. I guess my question is her brothers still in foster care or have they been turned back over to her mother? I know her dad is, I believe, in jail currently. I don't know. And of course, everything said on this channel is my opinion. And please do your own research. I mean, rhyme and drama. Yeah, crama, rhyme and drama. Okay. Thank you, crime and drama. Yeah. I'm worried too. I was told, I dare you to go. I took that as a threat. Chris, I wasn't asking you about your surgery to be rude. I was asking, oh, okay. Yeah. So, I'm just wondering, because I've heard people like, the one said he was coming in on the helicopter and I just, I mean, yeah, no one should tell you where to go in real life or in chats or anywhere. Yes, they're still in state's custody. Okay, okay. I mean, I don't wish any child to be away from their parent, but maybe that's just for the best. That's just, and I just have so many questions, so many questions. I would love to speak with someone that is kind of following that community. I mean, Sky, you're probably maybe a good person. Like, do you think so many people have been following that case because the family was so open to speak to YouTubers and families of other missing children, don't usually come forward to speak with people off the street so much? I'm actually doing well. Just got to get up there to get okay, yeah. I have followed the case since day 10 of Summer being missing. Okay, so you have some insight to what I'm talking about because I know like so many of these YouTube channels started up because of the Summer case. So, right, Sky? I'm correct in saying that, right? A lot of channels, a lot of YouTube channels started because of Summer Wells, right? And that's all they do is follow the Summer case. Is that a correct, accurate statement? Carissa, do you dabble in this community? So maybe you can help me out on this as well. Yes. Fine. Go to 20th Street in Jacksonville. Go anywhere you want. Some streets are dangerous, just like YouTube. Right. Right. Exactly. And that's like back home in Nashville, and I mean, not really so much here, but, um, I would be driving or I would be going somewhere and I would be aware of "Hey, this is not somewhere I necessarily need to be." Not somewhere, but I have the right to be here, but I just need to be aware of my surroundings? Right, but you have the right as an American citizen, but you just have to be aware. But nobody deserves to be threatened. Yeah, gonna be there 3 times. Okay, yes. Yes, she has to go 3 times for her treatment. I remember you saying that, Carissa. No, I don't actually, it's traumatizing, really, I used to watch. Okay, so you don't keep up with it anymore. Yes, I've heard the Molly Golightly name, but I don't follow her. I haven't seen any of her streams, but there's a lot of others that I have been following, but not her. Um, yeah. So Sky, you can. So do you think some of these channels that have started and just generally follow just the Summer Wells case, do you think with the year anniversary coming up and there really not being any new leads, do you think that they are going to die out? Do you think they will decide to follow other missing children cases? Or do you think they will just keep continuing to talk about the Wells family drama? Krista says she used to live in Jackson Beach and she stayed on her side. And Colby's asking what hospital. So yeah, so I'm just very interested what's going to happen at the Summer Wells Vigil. There's two different ones. Awaken, which is a church, is having a prayer vigil at Path Riding Stables in Kingsport at 6, and then a group of individuals that is interested in what has happened to the case and the disappearance is meeting at 8 p.m. at Hawkins County Sheriff's Office in Rogersville. And so I just know a lot of these YouTubers, from all over are going to these vigils, and I just think a lot of them are going to be streaming from there. I just think it's going to be interesting. It is definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be definitely going to be a meet and greet. Channels who are hating on the neighbor daily are already falling apart and attacking each other. Now, is the neighbor, is that Jody Sue? Is that right? Or something like that? Is she the one that sits in the RV or trailer with the sheet behind her doing lives all the time where you can barely hear her? I've come across somebody, I think that's who it is, but there's she's obviously in very close quarters. So I want to say it's like a camper or RV, or I mean, it could be a mobile home, but yeah. I mean, it's very interesting when you start going to a new community that you don't know. Well, it sounds like I'm really missing out. I mean, Sarah, I'm telling you, it's something different. Because I don't know about you, but I get tired of hearing about the same stuff over and over and over again when you can hear about new people's drama. But I'm telling you, there really is drama everywhere. There really is because, I've started doing this penny shopping and getting into this whole Dollar General, couponing and stuff. So I have couponers that I follow. So yesterday, I'm watching this girl that I like. She has purple hair and she's just really funny and she cusses. And so I can just really relate to her. Um, so, uh, so yeah. So I'm watching her yesterday and I'm like, yeah, yeah, getting the deals. She's telling the deals or whatever, and so then she starts talking, she's telling all this information, and answering the questions and stuff. And then she just goes in to start talking about the drama with her mod, or not really mods, but like helpers that she has, and about being friends with them. And yeah, so there's like drama in the couponing community. So there's literally drama in every community. I swear there's drama everywhere. There's drama in churches. I was listening to uh, a lady on the YouTube, evangelist Val, I think is her name. And she was talking about drama in the churches and the preacher, if you want to keep the families together, like you say you do, stop sleeping with the married men. So, I mean, there really is drama everywhere. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was wondering. How is everybody okay with all this? Because I see, I jump in and out and jump in and out, and sometimes it just plays and I'm not even there. I'm outside, and that's what I say. Like, usually I don't go and stay in the bushes somewhere. Like, if I'm there, I'm there because I speak. And I think what she means is like, are you okay with all this drama, Colby? Like, it's a lot. Is this wearing on your mental health? I mean, it's a lot of bullshit. Like, are you okay with this? Is that what you're meaning, Sarah? I don't want to speak for you. It's not. It's not really. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Did it? Did the pandemic do it? I think when you get a bunch of women together, they tend to come for each other. And I'm okay with saying that. I mean, it's just like in high school, if you get a group of girls together, they tend to turn on someone. And I mean, that's just my experience with it. If you get more than 2, usually there's gonna be some drama unless they're actually good people. They have some morals, some boundaries. I don't know, and I guess it goes back to the hurt people? I don't know. Exactly what Queen said, "I know you have been very emotional over all this YouTube shit, and I worry about you." Yeah. I sit front row middle at church, so I can't get sidetracked or unfocused with the congregation. I ain't even gonna lie, Angela. So we have to sit on the end because Mr. ITT uh, has, leg issues. And so if we sit in the middle, he feels whatever. Um, Trapped, I guess. I don't know. So we sit on the end. I do get sidetracked. I like to look around. I like to look for shiny things. I'm like, "Oh, her necklace is so pretty." Not like in a judgy way, really. I do think it's very interesting though at our church, and I'm not used to this just from the way that I was brought up. Our church is very, very casual, very contemporary, very come as you are, and that has been an adjustment for me just because of how I was raised and brought up. But I love our church and I love it, and I it's great, and, I think that encourages more people to come, but it has definitely been an adjustment for me, and, a couple of Sundays ago, someone in front of me had on a NASCAR shirt, and, I was just, raised very, um, with my dad, we went to very Southern Baptist churches. With my grandmother, it was more like non-denominational kinda church, and then, I have went to, Unity churches as an adult, but, yeah, so but yeah, sidetracked. I actually think when I rewatch, sermons online, I probably do better because then I can actually pay attention, and then um I was telling ITT too, I think now I don't know for others, but I know for me, I can pay better attention when they put the stuff up on the wall for you, so it helps me learn, but anyway, sidetrack. People are going to stick who they want to stick with. As far as me, it's Jules. She gave me a chance when I came back and didn't have to and been very kind to me. I don't like her getting attacked. So, damn it. I mean, I've been upset and I'm worried about you, Kobe. Yeah, was emotional yesterday. A lot of people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody's hands are clean. Everybody's done something wrong. Yeah, that would encourage me. I'm not much into fashion myself. Yeah, I think it does encourage people. I think it does. I think it encourages the young people, especially because who wants to get up and, you know, have to wear dress clothes and stuff. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely encourages young people. It's just different than how I was raised. That's it. I think it's great though. Just like, I was talking with one of my girlfriends, like the music is so much different than when my grandmother took me to church. Contemporary Christian music is so much different now. There's options, there's choices, it's different. The K Love Music Awards were 10 days ago. I found it last night. It's amazing. Hello, I can't remember how I've seen you, Queen, but I see Kobita here and I hear you talking about church. I go to church as well. Also, I'm a fan of Jules. Love her vibe. Well, welcome, Joe. Feel free to hit that subscribe and like button. You'll never be charged a thing. Come on in. Earlier we were talking about everybody's favorite kind of cake. We're just talking a little bit about real life and a little bit, yeah, a little bit about what's going on in the world and in our lives. So yeah, just chatting. Thanks, Sky. I can really relate to all these people in some way, and no one's done anything to me bad enough to hate them. I just want to be me and share my story to help others because I went undiagnosed for so long. That is so true when it comes to healthcare, mental health, or physical. You have to be your own advocate. Always remember that. And if you have children, you have to be your children's advocate. And that goes for their health and their education. You have to be your children's advocate. Yeah. So, yeah, welcome, Joe. Welcome, Joe. Cake is my favorite. Girl, you are my sister. You are my sister. You came to the right place. You came to the right place. If you're on IG, Joby and Joe, feel free to follow me. All my stuff is in the about. I don't want anyone to hurt or be tormented. No one, not even the worst, deserve that. They don't. Okay, so, and I'm going to say something. They don't deserve to be tormented. And my hands are not clean, right? My hands aren't clean because I enjoy poking fun at Jen just like the next person, right? And when I did my live, I don't know, like the YouTube court one or whatever, I sent a copy of it to Jen because I wanted to be the first one to tell her that I mentioned her or whatever I said. And it's not even bad. Like the things that I say, I don't feel are bad. I feel like they're, just like I talk about the crock pot, like with Siwa. She blocked me for being in Jules's chat and then I asked her, I said, "What have I said about you?" And all she could say was, "I've seen you in that chat." And I said, "Well, you seen me in there because you were in there." And she was mad at me because everyone else was talking bad about her and I hadn't stood up for her. And I was like, "I don't even know you. So you're mad at me for what other people were saying?" And I said, "Literally, the only thing I have ever said about you, Siwa, is you live on a flat mountain. So you're mad at me for saying flat mountain?" Oh, no. Oh, well, don't drink. I mean, if you drink more than 4 ounces of juice a day, you might as well be drinking a soda. And that came from the doctor. So I've said stuff about people, but I can't support tearing anyone else down. It's just wrong. Yes, I agree. I agree because I think at this point we might just be pushing everybody over the edge. I think everybody's had enough. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I do like to poke the bear. GB being the bear. I do like to poke her, but yeah, at some point I'm just like, and I do like the squirrels, but I do think there's a point, like when you sit and I understand she says she was responding, but it's not necessarily responding to new stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're just kind of like at this point playing tennis or ping pong or something. I don't know. But yeah. So that's why I've been going into other communities because and I really don't feel like anybody necessarily, 100% supports me in this community because I'm keep getting accused for shit and getting blocked for just saying my opinion. So, you know, I want to go somewhere where I'm just left alone or wanted or I don't know. I actually tear up watching Jules cry when in reality, there's no reason for us to fight because I was never coming to spot, was just coming to watch and it spiraled out. Otherwise, I got no issues with her. Okay. I agree with this, Krissa, because I get upset when she's upset too, right? I feel bad for her. When she is crying about Brooke, I feel bad for her. And it's like a month ago or 2 months ago or whatever when she got upset about something with Brooke and it might have been the HB thing or I don't know. but I felt bad for her, and I even messaged her, and I was like, "Are you okay? Because I'm worried about you." And I don't even know her like that. And, but I was worried, and I couldn't even sleep that night because I was worried about her because I felt like she was genuinely hurt, even though she was saying that she wasn't. But I felt like, her friend had genuinely hurt her feelings. And even though it's not my business, I honestly do feel like you just went in to watch her live that day. And I think she's so in the game that she thought that you were spying. And I think you probably were just going in there to watch her live. I don't think that you were necessarily sent by AMC. I think you were just going in there. I don't think anyone deserves to be ran offline, but people's actions can change. Yeah. It's highly entertaining. It is. It is highly entertaining. And I'll blame TLC for not coming out with better shows. I won't cry if JY gets pushed out of YouTube. Yeah, me either, girl. Me either. I've cried like 20 times the past few days all over this shit. Yeah, and I know a lot of women have. I know a lot of women have because they are actually friends with each other and care about each other, and that's what makes me sad. That's what makes me sad is because I know that there is genuine friendships involved in this, or at least some people think that they are genuinely friends. Don't be losing sleep over YouTube, aren't lives for watching. Yes, right. I wasn't. I just got off a live right before that where AMC couldn't even chat because she was blocked. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just and I don't like the whole, I don't think you should get blocked because you don't have the same opinion as that content creator. Um, everybody's like, "Oh, yeah, come in here, say your opinion, whatever," but then if your opinion doesn't match theirs, um, you get blocked, but yet their opinion on a person or whatever may change next week. So does that mean my opinion has to change too? Because it probably isn't. I'm imagining Bravo contacting me not to watch anymore. Right? Yes. Yes. I love Bravo. Right. Well, I mean, if Bravo was doing a wonderful job and had enough content, these women would not be watching YouTube, in my opinion. We all have different opinions on things. Yes, and you should be able to express your opinions. You should. You should be able to express your opinions. We are not all going to agree on things, right? Because isn't that mob mentality or whatever they keep talking about? We should be able to go on there and come on the internet, express our opinions, have an adult conversation. There's how many of us right now? One, two, three, four, five, maybe six, including myself. There's six of us chatting, two in the bushes or the patio. I'm sorry, I don't like saying bushes. There's six of us chatting, two on the patio having lemonade. And we're not all agreeing on things, I don't think, but we're having an adult conversation, and I hope enjoying ourselves. And that should be what it's about. I mean, that's at least what I was hoping to get from coming to the internet. I mean, I could come on here every day and dog my two baby daddies if y'all would be interested in hearing that. I could come on here and just tell y'all some of the rankest, nastiest, vile, foul, horrendous shit that you would not believe. And then I could repeat it and just come on here 7 days a week and tell y'all some shit about them. And if y'all think people would listen to it, I mean, we could do that. We could do a I hate my baby daddy, every day, all day long. And if y'all think, if y'all think people would listen to that and that would get me monetized, I mean, maybe we should do that. When I started this and I told somebody, what I was going to do, and I was like, I want to do this and I want to, try to spread kindness and get other people, motivated to do good things and and all this. And she was like, yeah, she was like, that's a sucky idea. She was like, that's never going to work. She was like, yeah, people are not going to pay attention to that. She was like, drama sells. She was like, yeah. And she was right. She was absolutely right. Or I just haven't found my niche yet. But you know, if I ain't supposed to watch, you better quit because I'll bootleg it and watch anyways, whether you like it or not. Exactly. I like some creators that others don't, and I don't like others that some do. I know what I like and what grinds my grates, and I can sniff out BS a mile off. I watch before I join in. But be careful because even if you show proof, baby daddy hate won't go well with my neighbor. Well, girl, that was your choice. That was your choice to, make neighbors. I like kindness better than hate, but yes, drama sells. Right. You're doing great right now. You can discuss it to a point. My gear, sorry, not great. Hey, Mother Teresa, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Get you something to drink, girl. So far, we have talked about what our favorite cake is. A little bit of a talk about wearing what you want to church. If a NASCAR shirt is appropriate. It is. It is. Come as you are. And yeah, we just chit chatting. Yep, a lot of my subs come from health groups I'm in, and they are afraid to chat or come to a live because they see me attacked and people saying I'm fake, and that's sad. That is sad. Don't blame you, Joe. I'm doing great. Thank you. Great. How's your hubby doing? Hope he's doing better and better every day. That's good. It's good. Sarah says, "Hey, how's everybody today? Is it really, really hot where you are, Mother Teresa? Hope everybody's staying hydrated. Can y'all hear my stainless steel cup here? Drinking that tea. So definitely going to have to water the flowers tonight when the sun goes down. So I got some herbs today. I'm going to plant those tonight. I got cute little stainless steel containers for them. So hopefully maybe we'll have some dill and parsley, I think I got. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, heat wave time. Yes, it is down here too. You have a great day too, Colby. Don't be out in this heat, girl. It's not legal in my state. It's legal in some people's states. Yeah. Tonight is the full moon. Tonight is the full moon strawberry moon. Nice. I like fresh chives. Yes, fresh herbs are nice. Fresh herbs are nice. Herbs in general are nice. You got the smokers going. Yes, yes. All we have is those vapes are legal down here. That yeah, that Delta 8, Delta 9 stuff. I don't know. KIV, KIV. Can we please get some gambling and some weed? Yeah, you gotta love some good herbs. Yeah, especially if you can grow your own. Yep, I got my jar ready for some moon water. Yes, yes. I got confused and thought the full moon was last night, but it's tonight. But it definitely was beautiful last night as well. That is great. That's great. So you have dispensaries and stuff, or you just don't go to jail if you get caught with it? I mean, that's what I want to live. I want to live somewhere where I can go to the store and buy it, but I know they tax it so much. But I just think that would just, I've never even visited a state where you can go to the dispensary since it's been legalized. Yeah. So yeah, I have friends that live in Missouri, so it's legal there, and they're also they went to Missouri and bought land, and they're building, I guess they're homesteading. Oh my goodness, I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine. My favorite store has weekly deals and points for buying for more discounts. Yes, we'll see, and I'm all about some couponing, so that would be right up my alley. Right up my alley. I have medical in Florida, and it's pretty low cost. Yes, yes, Florida. Mhm. We know about them smokers in Florida. They actually let me keep my weed when I was pulled over. Oh, wow. So it's not criminalized, but it's not legal, right? I moved from Colorado before here. Yeah. I'll take you dispensary hopping. Come on. Well, let me tell you, Angela, I'm going to be in your area in um, late September because our next cruise is leaving out of Jacksonville. So I do believe Jacksonville. So yeah, I've been meaning to tell you. So yeah, there's that. We finally rescheduled. Yes. Yeah, y'all are, I don't know if y'all are in the same area, but y'all are in the same state. Oh, are you? Well, we're not flying. We'll be driving. We'll be driving. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, girl, you need all the help you can to get that weight on. You are so little. Bless your heart. You are. I hope you're having a good day today. Hope you're feeling good. I know y'all are trying to get a lot of things done around the house, and yeah, I know every day is different. And, every day, everybody has good days and everybody has bad days. And, we should all be on here to encourage everybody. And, that's what I want to be. And that's what I want to get is encouragement. And, I like to come on here and listen while you know, I turn it on in the mornings when I'm making my coffee, and I have certain people that are on in the mornings, and I like to listen to them, while I'm drinking my coffee and waking up. And um, I don't want to start off with a bunch of, aw, we'll tell her thank you. And if she listens or he listens to YouTube, feel free to subscribe. Yes, I would love to eat some seafood on the beach. Yes. I'm all about getting my feet in the sand. I'm all about it. Yes, there's always somebody there. I know, right? I'm sure there's always people running in and out. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yesterday I asked him, I was like, "How many days to our cruise?" And he was like, "Oh, probably like around 100." And I was like, "That's too long." I am, I'm trying to get him to let me go on a solo cruise, for my birthday, Angela. But, yeah, I don't know. I would like someone to go with me. If anybody can go cruising. Yes, I bet those foster puppies are keeping you busy. Thank you. Thank you, Sky. Have you ever been on a cruise? I went on my first cruise ever in February of this year, and now I'm totally hooked. And yeah, fun days at sea is all I care about. It's what I want. Yes, she is fostering these cutest little puppies. What kind of puppies are they? They are adorable, is what they are. If you don't follow her on IG, you need to. She posts cute little videos of them, pictures. I love pictures of puppies, babies, all those things. See, I love your attitude, Angela. I love your attitude. I don't know, but he was telling me, see, he encourages me to do bad things. But then he was telling me the other day, he was like, well, the cruises where you leave immediately are super cheap. He was like, if you're willing to leave like right away, because they're trying to get up to whatever their capacity is, which they're still a lot of the boats, are still not even at full capacity. So I was like, oh, and then we were even looking up the difference in going solo versus another person. So yeah. And I was saying, I was like, it's a shame that I can't find, somebody to go with me. So maybe we'll talk. We'll talk. Yeah. Oh, that might take you up on that. Oh, really? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, do they still have didn't they have diarrhea? I remember before we're talking and Sly was talking about feeding them pumpkin seeds. Oh, was that, is that because they had worms? I don't remember. I just remember her talking about feeding them pumpkin seeds, and I was very concerned about pumpkins not being in season. Oh, no. Oh, no, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that because I have huge anxiety about the sea. All the masks are super, super cheap right now. All the things, the masks, the sanitizer stuff, all those things are super, super marked down. I mean, people are acting like it just went away. They're acting like it just went away, like it's gone. And, I just now started I mean, the going on the cruise was a really, really big deal for me because, the dock is 24 miles from your house. Yeah. I think ITT had already said that he thought, the dock was like 30 minutes from your house. Um, you wouldn't, yeah. Well, see, when we went, masks were still mandated everywhere. They were only at like 40%, I think. Um, Now the policies have changed. Um, but anyway, when we went in February, it was a really, really big deal for me because I still wasn't leaving the house really. And now I've been getting out more, yeah, it's scary and it's different. And I even said something to my husband the other day. I was like, it hasn't went away, but everybody's acting like it has. But yeah, I have concerns, but I hope your parents have a speedy your dad and stepmom have a speedy recovery. Did you? I hope they get better. Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to take them off to eat and drink, and I mean, you're touching things, and you just, oh, don't get me started. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know what to do. I mean, I don't, s- I don't know. I went to Walmart last week. Literally, the first time I'd been in, second time I'd been in Walmart this year. The other time was because I had to go into Walmart to get the prince a pair of slides. So we actually had to go in the Walmart to do that. But yeah, I went into Walmart last week and it was a pretty big deal. Like I go in the Dollar General, but you have to understand Walmart, Dollar General, completely different. There's never people in the Dollar General, and especially when I go, um, yeah, Walmart completely different. Yeah. I mean, it's 100 degrees outside. Yes, girl, yes. I mean, everybody needs a stalker I mean, you need a stalker at least once in your life to feel special. If you haven't been stalked, I mean, you don't know what you're missing. I mean, if you haven't had a paid for pizza sent to your house at 10 o'clock at night, you don't know what it feels like to, I mean, feel special. I'm just saying. I mean, pizza, wings, cinnamon sticks, and a Pepsi. Yeah. And let me tell you, this is what my kid had to say. He was like, "Where'd this pizza come from?" And I was like, "Oh, my friend sent it." And then he was like, "Does she not know you don't like Pepsi?" I was like, "You are ungrateful. That is what you are." I've been a stalker, never had my own. Yes, I'll take 4, please. Oh, you've never had your own stalker? Oh, girl, we'll see if we can change that. Well, you know why? Because you won't get on other forms of social media and you won't join the dating sites that I want you to. Okay? That's why I don't wear one anymore. I think the masks are a fucking joke, but that's another show. The sea was in my house and I didn't get it. Right. I think some people have a natural immune system to it. I use essential oils to boost my immune system and I didn't get that. Damn jab. Right, right. Some people had to for different reasons. Luckily, I've always been a homebody. It's open for business. We barely participate. That's right, girl. Open for business. Well, that's what Kay Ivy said down here too. She said we ain't shutting it down again, no matter what happens. And everybody gets to carry a gun now. Everybody gets a gun. Oh my God, I'm scared of Walmart at this point. Target been my jam, but I will go to TG. I went to Target for the first time um, since last September this weekend. We went to Nashville for the weekend to visit the prince because he's spending time with the other part of the family. So went to Nashville for the weekend, and he asked to go to Walmart, and I was like, "No, we are not going to Walmart on a Saturday." I said, "How about the Target?" And so we went to the Target. Let me tell you, first of all, the Target is showing out for Pride Month. I don't remember seeing the Walmart show out for Pride Month. Maybe I just missed it if they were. So, not shaming Walmart. I'm just saying did not see the Pride section at Walmart. Target is showing out, okay? Showing out for Pride Month. But let me also say Target has got some ugly ass clothes for women. I seen some cute things. I did. I did see some cute things, but I seen some ugly ass shit too. Ugly. Ugly. Just my opinion. And maybe that's just because I'm getting old. Maybe it's just because I'm getting old. Aw, you have a stalker, Angela. No, I think she doesn't have a stalker, and that's why she's upset. Extra ranch, or they're not your friend at all. Exactly. Exactly. And for 2 years, a chick named Lisa stalked me, says if I ever have kids, she's calling CPS. She's sick, but I'll never have kids anyway. Oh my goodness. Yes, we're all Florida's open for business, but we are full, so no one move here, damn it. Just come visit and kindly leave. Thanks. That's how I feel about Nashville, which I always said when I lived in Nashville and worked in Nashville that people like would come visit and then go home and get their shit and come back because I worked with so many people that weren't from there, but I would be like, "Oh, well, how did you end up here?" And they were like, "Oh, we came here on vacation and loved it, so we moved here." I need a yard gun. Yes, these critters are getting scary in my swamp. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And what is even scarier is waking up to text messages of pictures of them MFs and trying to figure out what they are. They are. They are like something off of National Geographic. Oh, I carry everywhere, have for years, but I can conceal carry. Yeah, see, I told my I have been I'm not anti-gun. I just personally don't want a gun in my home. Um, when me and my husband moved in together, he had firearms. And I just didn't feel comfortable having them in my home with children. Just, just my opinion. And but I did tell him after they changed the law down here that as long as we had a very adequate gun safe, that we could get firearms, and that I actually am going to go to a class and get my carry permit. So, but that I wanted to go to a class taught by somebody else. I didn't want him to teach me um, how to shoot, which is kind of funny because he was in the military and you know, was trained uh, professionally how to use and operate firearms safely. But I don't know, I would much rather a stranger teach me and somebody that, teaches for a living. I don't know. I'm odd. And, would much rather just take a class and yeah. I'm afraid to sit in my yard at night. We had a cougar near the school, which is up the road from me a few months back. Oh, a cougar. Let me tell you, we had a bear. The year that we moved down here, I live in North Alabama. We had a bear come to our house during the day on fall break. My husband called me and I was in Nashville and he was like, "You're not going to believe what happened." And I was fighting traffic in Nashville and I was like, "I'm not in the mood for any bullshit." I'm like, "What happened? The roof fell, a tree fell in the backyard." Um, and he's like, "No," he's like, "There's a bear out in the yard." And I was like, "Whatever." I was like, I'm not in the mood." And he sent me a video, and I will kid you not, there was a bear. And the bear was in the backyard, and my husband went to go get the dog off the chain, and the bear was right there. And then the bear moseyed on to the front porch, and it was fall. And so, being the southerner that I am, I had pumpkins all on each step, and it knocked over one of the pumpkins and it scared the bear. And so, but when I seen the video, I was like, "Oh," I was like, "It was like a little baby bear." I was like, "It was a little bear, My husband was like, "That was not a little bear." He was like, "When you see it in real life." So, no kids here. When I'm home, I use my gun safe. It's fingerprint lock. Yeah. Yeah, it's just gotta be safe. My ex was obsessed with guns. I think it was compensated for other things. Right. Right. I've been shooting since 7 years old. I was trained back then, went to classes, and my dad also took me to archery classes. Yes, yes, my son did archery, with the Boy Scouts. So gun collectors might have little winkies. I'll remember that hubby shopping. I missed a bit. A friend stopped over to drop off this cute crystal angel to hang in the sun. Well, I bet that is cute. I've always wanted to learn how to do stained glass. My friend's mom used to do stained glass. Beautiful. Angela, only my ex. Haha, I sure know how to pick them. Mm, well, don't we all? Bears are new here from massive wildfires they had in Georgia years ago. Oh, really? Yeah, I bet. I bet. But that takes a lot of skill to really get good at the archery. I don't know if I mean, I'm sure archery and darts are very different, but I suck at darts. Suck at darts. She said it's to keep the evil out. Well, girl, we all need some of them then. Um, I know this probably sounds kind of odd for a gentleman, but my dad used to collect angels. He had like all kinds of different angels. He was evil. It didn't keep the evil out of him. He needed what do you call it when they get the demons out of you? Oh, speaking of demons, there's a new show on Stars that I started watching yesterday with Courtney Cox in it. Is that her name from Friends? Yes, it is The Shining Veil. Yes, highly recommend it. There's 3 episodes so far. Has anybody watched that? It's good. It's good so far. I've watched almost 2 episodes. Keep that evil out, everyone. Yes, exorcist. Yes, he needed an exorcism. Yes, not just the angels. I had to use black. Uh, I know what that word is, but I don't know how to say it. Crystals yesterday to calm down helped after holding for about 5 minutes. Yes. I do like the crystals. I do like the crystals. I have crystals all over the house. I haven't. It's really good. I seen a commercial somewhere and I even had to get the Stars app to get it. Um, but yes, I thought it would be worth the $3 a month for the Stars app. I haven't been watching TV. It's like, I was gonna cover the Seeking Sister Wives, and last week I took allergy medicine. So, allergy medicine knocks me out for some reason. I don't know if it does anybody else, but it does. So I came home from delivering my lasagna. For those of you that are new, I volunteer for Lasagna Love, and so if you hear me talking about making lasagnas, I don't make my family eat lasagnas every week. I make lasagnas for other people, and if you would like to donate some or if you would like to request someone for lasagna or you would like to nominate yourself for a lasagna, you just go to lasagналove.org, and that has all the information on the website. But, yeah, so when I came back from delivering my lasagna, my husband was like, "You look like you need to take a nap." And, so, yeah, so I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, I'm gonna watch, Seeking Sister Wife." And I made it through, like, half of it. and I fell asleep. She should have a channel though, shouldn't she? And, oh, oh, well, Angela was gonna ask you, was asking hubby the other day if perhaps we could get a sister wife. And your name came up as a nomination because, we love you. Well, we don't know a lot of people. But you have those kids. And we're not really trying to take in any more kids because, we hadn't had the best luck with our own. So if there's any way that we could get you without the children, we would, you know, did I smack who? Oh, when he said I looked like I needed a nap? Is that what you're talking about, Sarah? Did I smack my husband when he said I needed a nap? Yes, I need a husband, a boss. They about grown and gone. I did. I told him that they were. They were about grown and gone. But yeah. Oh no, no. I wasn't offended when he said I looked like I needed a nap. I was no. I'm sure I looked like I was probably drunk. I could barely hold my eyes open. Now, if he had said you're acting like you need a nap, I would have been offended. But he said you look like you need a nap. But I don't know if he could handle us both bossing him around because lately it just seems, I think he thinks I'm just looking for stuff for him to move. Because I've been listening to this lady that's like all about decluttering your house and organizing and stuff. And so I had this bright idea a couple of weekends ago that I wanted to clean the refrigerator and detail it, and I wanted to move it out and clean behind it. Because how often do you clean behind your refrigerator, right? And so I think he thinks I probably just sit around all day and think of heavy stuff for him to move. And then I had him move the treadmill from the sunroom to the garage. Then this weekend, we got a new TV for the sunroom. Well, we got a new TV and we put it in the bedroom and put the one in the bedroom in the sunroom. And the one that was in the sunroom, he just put in the floor in the sunroom. And it's been sitting there for a couple of weeks. And so yeah, I finally asked him Sunday because I was like deep cleaning the sunroom, which let me tell you, it's a full time job to try to keep a sunroom clean between the spider webs and the pollen and the dog hair and stuff. So yeah, so I was like, well, if we're just gonna put this on the curb, can you put this on the curb? So yeah, I think he thinks I just sit around all day and think of things for him to move, which I mean, I guess I kind of do. I'm going to Panhandle to pay for senior picks back to back. Yes, senior year is so expensive, I'm sure. I mean, I couldn't even imagine um, what senior year costs now. I fucking love cleaning my house. Oh, does that mean, Sarah, that you're like, are you trying to be competition for sister wife? I mean, you love cleaning your house. Would you love cleaning our house, Sarah? Would mean, because just saying. I know you're kind of a combo deal, but sure your I'm sure your family is lovely and we have extra rooms. So, got to have a long water line to regularly clean behind the fridge. Not that I know, and have a forfeit. Hmm. Well, the thing is we have like a cubby, a built-in, I guess, built-in space that the fridge fits in. So you have to get it back exactly in that space. And that terrifies me that we're not going to be able to get it back in that exact little space because it barely fits in there. Barely fits in there. But I did get the whole inside of it detailed, unless I can see it first. Unless you can see the house first. I call yard work than Sarah. Oh my goodness. Do you like to weed eat? Because he doesn't mind mowing because we have the rod and lawn mower, but the weed eating and the landscaping is where we really lack because, I can't be pulling weeds with my back, and I've never worked a weed eater. I'm not even going to try to do that. Um, Sweet Angela, I don't like the heat or bugs. So Sarah's not doing any yard work. So I think Angela's going to do some yard work. Yes, sorry, I'm giving mixed emotions. You've almost talked me into it. I don't know. So, I mean, are both of you ladies interested in being our sister wives? Maybe I don't know. And this would be very exciting news for when he comes home from work. Like instead of having something for him to move, not only did I get you this lovely USA T-shirt today when I was out bargain shopping, but I also have two lovely ladies that may possibly want to be our sister wife. Okay. Well, I think that might be enough sister wife talk for today, and let's just leave it at that. I mean, the good thing news is I love to cook. I love to cook and bake. Y'all will never be hungry. Love and Echo. He should consider using weed killer. I'll be a sister wife. Oh, weed killer. I wonder if he's ever thought of that. Hmm. I don't know. It's a good idea though. Well, right now the weeds are um tell the tell the ITT department you have two new wives. Yes, two. Um so funny story. Uh he planted me sunflowers. I wanted sunflowers this year. And I went out and got 3 different types of sunflowers, and he planted them in the flower bed in the front of the house, and I've been checking them every day, and I'm like, "Wow." I'm like, "The sunflowers are really, really plentiful." No, there are some sunflowers that have sprouted up, but the plentiful thing in the flower bed is the weeds. The weeds are very plentiful. The sunflowers are sparse. So there's more weeds than there are sunflowers. But I am a city girl and could not tell the difference. So I was less excited once I figured out which were the sunflowers and which were the weeds. But it's a learning process. It's a learning process. So yeah. So I'm better at growing things in pots where they're contained and I know where they are. And tell him my boobs are due for a upgrade. Oh, Angela, no, 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 no. I cannot be out here penny shopping and you need your boobs switched out. No, that might be a deal breaker. That might be a deal breaker. Does either one of y'all have student loans that we're still paying on? Because I have student loans. So, I mean, we can't be paying on 3 student loans. Just saying. So, it's speaking of Florida, it's day 4 down there in Florida of the state of Florida versus Danielle Redlick. Have y'all been watching this? Mine could use a lift as well, but they have another 10,000 miles. Well, Sarah, you said you're a homebody, so I'll be a pot farmer. Not in Alabama. Nope, I'm a high school dropout with good enough diploma. I hear you, girl. Well, you say you like your job, so I'm assuming that you're pretty good at it. I don't know what you do, but those computer screens looked big. So, um, but yeah, it's day 4 down there in Florida with the Florida versus Danielle Redlick. I spoke about this case last week. Remember, she is on trial for allegedly murdering her stepfather turned husband. Anybody been listening about this case? Yeah, y'all heard that right. Stepfather turned husband. Yes, I have a good job. Not college needed. No college needed. I'm a housewife, husband or not. Right? Yes. Um, I'm a mom. It was my main duty, and I'm very lost when the children are not here to tend to. So the whole wife thing is new. Um, but yeah, I uh, I would say being a mother is definitely what I know best, but very lost without the kids here to take care of. I hadn't heard of that case any. What the backwoods? Um, were they living in the backwoods? They weren't. They were living in a very uppity part. I forget the name of the suburb, but she's at the Orlando courthouse. Um, oh, I can't think of. Oh, hold on, I got a cough. Sorry about that. No, they lived in White, something or oh, I can't think of it. I'll have to tell you later, but no, they lived in a very, very nice, neighborhood, and her husband was, like, used to work for the Memphis Grizzlies, and then he worked for somebody down there. So, no, they're, like, well off people, not backwoods people. But, yeah, her stepfather turned husband, yeah, she, is claiming self-defense, but while he was laying there stabbed, she didn't call 911 for 11 hours, and, allegedly, she was scrolling some dating apps during this 11 hours. So, I was, um I was telling, the ITT last night, I was saying, like, when you're scrolling the apps, it just said she was scrolling. I was like, it hadn't said whether or not she was talking to anybody. But I was like, do you think that maybe she was messaging people, like saying, hey, I might be on a different dating app here in a little bit? Do you think she was like, directing them, like, hey, I might not be available? Dating with death, right? So, I don't know. I'm always very interested in the snapped like murder trials. So I mean, they had me as soon as they said that he used to be her stepfather, but she is going with the self defense. So she's not pleading insanity. She's just pleading self defense. So, which I think, in my opinion, might be more believable if she hadn't have waited 11 hours. And then even the waiting 11 hours, you might be able to say that she was in shock, but the scrolling the dating app, I don't know, like, might have a hard time playing that one off. I don't know. What do y'all think? Just just thinking about how the public defender that she has will try to spin that scenario for her. So I think the defense is going to rest today, or I'm sorry, the prosecutor. think the prosecutor is going to rest today. So we'll get to hear the defense. So it's going by kind of quickly. First 48 hours abandoned in the bayou was an in-law. Have to check that out. Is that down in your neck of the woods? Some of those pictures that you send me looks like something from the bayou. Just saying. So, something else I wanted to discuss today was, do y'all remember last week when I was talking about Ukraine and you know Ukraine's about 100 days in with the war with Russia and that lovely interview with the First Lady of Ukraine. Um, so the same day that I was watching that, I also watched a interview with Trevor Reed. I don't know if any of you have heard of him. Oh, it was in New Orleans, Angela, the abandoned the bayou. Okay. I'm gonna write that down so I can look it up. So Trevor Reed was a political prisoner in Russia. So he was captured or in Russia in 2019, and then he was released in April of 2022. Okay. So I don't know if people really think about that unless they see it on the news that we still have political prisoners in other countries. But especially like right now that, Russia is in the middle of, a war with Ukraine and tensions are obviously very high. Um, it's a very stressful and scary time for the political prisoners that we do still have over there in Russia. I follow two YouTubers, one in Ukraine, other from Russia. It was interesting, intense, and concerning for both them. Innocent citizens. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I watched a lot of live streaming um, from Ukraine when they were first getting invaded. Um, I don't keep up with it on a daily basis anymore. I don't watch the news on a daily basis anymore, just because it keeps my anxiety really, really high. And to be honest with you, that's why I started coming to YouTube was because I would sit and watch the news constantly. And I've said that many times. So I thought YouTube would be something different for me to watch and would be, less anxiety and relaxing and, you know, but sometimes you definitely need a break from the YouTube drama and you need to find out what's going on in the real world. And so it's good to know. It's good to know about current events and things. But yeah, that's awesome. And that's a good way to actually find out the truth from people that are on the ground and you're not getting it through mainstream media, through a news outlet, through what they want you to know, right? So ironic that YouTube should be a place to help our anxiety. Right. And it's causing so much anxiety. Lots of women and children in Ukraine hit the subways. Yes. And they are currently living in the subways right now. Do y'all realize that? And that's what I was talked about with that interview with the Ukraine First Lady was that her wish is for the schools to open back up in September. So, yeah, definitely go back and listen to that stream or find that interview with the First Lady. It was on Good Morning America with the First Lady of Ukraine and hear what she has to say. Her hopes for opening the schools in September in Ukraine are amazing, are amazing. And it just, if you just, when I seen those women carrying their children to the borders and getting on those buses and trains, not knowing where they were going, having to pick a country to go to, knowing once they got there, they knew no one, not knowing what was going to happen for them. It broke my heart. It did. I would stay awake at night crying. Um, Thinking of how, what could I possibly do? When it would show on the news, the women from other countries getting supplies together. So when these women got off the buses and the trains, the women from the other countries would be there with strollers and, supplies and stuff for the children. It would just warm my heart. But I literally wanted to go over there to help these women and children. To do anything that I could to serve food. I mean, it breaks my heart when I see footage of what goes on at our borders. It breaks my heart. And I know a lot of people feel a certain kind of way about that. And I understand we can't let everyone in America and there's rules and laws and stuff. But can you imagine how hard your life must be and what you must be running from if you're willing to put your child in your arms and walk for hundreds of miles to get away from a situation? That's all I'm saying. Okay. And sometimes I think with a mom heart because I'm a mom first and foremost. Um, but anyway, getting back to the political prisoners, and I probably still think with my mom heart because I think, what if that was my child that was over there in one of these Russian prisons? Hey, Susie, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it was a great live. Yeah, definitely go back and finish watching that. Susie did a great job. Everybody was very respectful. Everything she said was point on. Yeah, exactly. And and we may not be able to help them, but we can definitely help our neighbor, right? And our neighbor might not be going through what they're going through in Ukraine and Russia and all of that, but we don't know what our neighbor's going through. And it may be a small act of kindness, but it may mean the world to them. You never know. Yes, it's all sad, and there is too much hate in this world, and I want to spread love. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And we should all want to spread love. And that's how we start. It's how we start is by us all getting together that want to spread love. Yes, Cuba, imagine gathering milk jugs tied together and setting off in the ocean. The citizens didn't deserve to be shut down so long. Yes, we just have to be better to each other all the time. Exactly. Exactly. We have to find something better to do than picking on each other. So, Trevor Reed was released in April. They did a prisoner swap. So basically, we had a Russian in our prison. They had Trevor Reed that we wanted. Um, so we swapped them off. Well, not the interesting thing, but the thing was Trevor Reed was over in Russia with his girlfriend, right? So he gets drunk one night out with his girlfriend and gets kind of belligerent. She didn't know what to do. She calls the cops. They're going to put him in a drunk tank till he sobers up. And he did, and he sobers up, and right. And so he sobers up, they're gonna release him, and so he's just hanging out at the police station in Russia. And before he can get a hold of his girlfriend to come get him, because his Russian is still not the best, and he's afraid that he won't be able to make it back to her apartment. So before he can get out of the police station, the new shift changes, and they hear him talking, speaking English. They realize that he's an American. The new shift comes on, and they end up arresting him. And then they find out that, oh, he was a U.S. Marine. Well, then they start looking, digging, and he had, I guess, a really good position as a Marine. And there was pictures of him with Obama, and I guess he had been on military duty service at Camp David. And so, I don't know. They thought they were going to get some information from him, I think is the gist of it. So they held him. They held him from 2019 to 2022. Okay. So basically, shady stuff goes on, and we know this. I don't think that's, surprising. Well, right now, at this moment, they also have another gentleman called Paul Whalen. And forgive me if I pronounce, anyone's name wrong. I'm sorry. I can read pronunciation, not so much. Okay. So this Paul gentleman, basically the same thing happens to him. He goes over there in December of 2018 for a wedding. It was kind of like a setup thing in his hotel, and he is still incarcerated in Russia. Okay. So, current day, Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner plays for the WNBA, right? Women's basketball. She was obtained, they said, when she was going through the airport, that she had hash oil in her luggage. So now they're holding her, the Russian officials are holding her. And at first, her team was being silent because of, nobody really wanted to speak out against Russia with what's going on right now. Not a good time, right? And they thought that, they would eventually release her. And I guess they set her sentence. Sorry, I got a cough again. Well, they set her sentence, and now they have changed it. And her team has decided not to be silent anymore. And exactly, Angela, Russia just keeping our people like that is unacceptable. And it is. It is unacceptable. So, Brittany Griner's team meets with the State Department over her detention in Russia. So, this was on Twitter one day ago. It has been 116 days since our friend Brittany Griner has been wrongfully detained in Russia. It is time for her to come home. At the White House, she tagged the White House. We are paying attention and we are counting on you. So basically, how Trevor Reed was finally released was his family kept on and was finally granted a meeting with President Biden. And then negotiations were made, and there was the prisoner swap. And Reed's family has continued to campaign and ask for the release of the other Americans that are still there, namely the Paul Whelan, who was also a Marine. So basically, if you're over in Russia and they detain you and they find out that you served in the military, you might know something. They might be able to get some information from you, or you're a public figure. Because a lot of these athletes go over to other countries to play in the off season. They can make up to $1 million in the off season playing in these other countries, especially the women, right? Because we don't pay them in America what they're worth. Did you hear me? Do we pay the women athletes in America what they're worth? Nope. Do we pay the women athletes in America as much as the men athletes? Nope. So I'm very happy that I heard about this story, like I said, probably 2 weeks ago. And I was very happy to hear that her team has decided to speak out. And I understand why they thought keeping silent might have been the right thing at first. But I was very happy. Right, exactly. But I was very happy to see that they decided to make some noise. And it was covered by ESPN and CNN. And I just think that's what it's going to take, is people contacting the White House, the the State Department, whoever will listen, whoever is in charge of this. So, if you want something done, you have to make some noise. If you want to make changes, you got to be the change you want to see. Right? It all starts with you. But yeah, definitely when you want to make a change in the government, then you have to find out how to go about doing it, because there's a lot of red tape. A lot of red tape when it's anything involving the government, the court system. There's always rules and regulations. I've already done it. I've unsubbed. Good afternoon, Miss Terry. We are talking about the political prisoners in Russia. Talking about them freeing Brittany Griner, the WNBA player that they have. Senators have always been my best bet on getting crap done. Yes, absolutely. So hopefully, if enough people, reach out to their senators, to the State Department, to Biden, to, whoever will listen. But enough people have to make noise to get this girl released and to get Paul Whelan released. He served our country, former Marine, went to Russia for a friend's wedding, did not do anything wrong, did not, was absolutely a setup, right? I'm not saying that some people don't go into other countries and try to smuggle drugs or, cross borders that they knew they shouldn't cross, or, we all watch that, drug smuggling show, and I went to a prison in another country show and whatever. but these are political prisoners. These are people that were set up for a reason. And I'm sorry if it means that we have prisoners that they want us to release, give them the stupid prisoners. Give them whoever we have that are their people that they want and get our people out of Russia. And I'm sorry, that's my opinion. It may not be a popular one, but if it was your son or daughter and they were being held captive in a Russian prison, um believe that's what you would want. Believe that's what you would want. And so yeah. If you pray, send good vibes, whatever, please send them out to Paul Whelan and Brittany Greiners, to them and to their family, because today they are both still sitting in Russian prisons as political prisoners. So, yeah, there's that. I just wanted to share that with you. But there's real things going on out here, out here in the world, and we have so much to be thankful for because we get to live in America. We, hopefully, we have a justice system that is fair. Although I do question that sometimes, but you know, there are people that, in some countries that don't even get their day in court and definitely don't get an opportunity. Exactly, exactly. That don't get, you know, a speedy trial. Unrelated, can teachers please stop falling in love and touching our kids? Seriously, knock it off. Um, has there been like a recent news story come up about this, or is this just something that what what I find interesting, or not interesting, but what I have noticed about this is every time I see it on the news is that it's always attractive adults that are doing it. So I just always wonder, like, why are they hitting on students? Because they could get other adults. Like, I don't know. Is it a self-esteem problem with the adults that are doing it? It's child, you know, it is. If they're under 18, it's illegal. I don't care how grown they look. It's illegal. I am really worried about the education system in America. Um, we have a lot of things to be worried about the education system. Not only the safety of our schools, but the actual education that our kids are receiving. My teachers and staff were old as fuck and ugly. Yes, they're hot and sexy now. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's because teachers are not staying in the teaching field. Used to teachers, taught 20, 30, 40 years and retired. Teachers are not staying in the field. So I think that there's a lot of new teachers. And I mean, I know from personal experience, when my oldest son was in middle school, literally teachers were quitting at the end of every semester. Some teachers quit in the middle of the semester, um, at alarming rates. Not so much in elementary school, um, but yeah, I just teachers are not. And my youngest son, he had a special ed teacher that I made good friends with, and actually we still speak today. And she did. I mean, she retired from teaching, and she actually works at Publix now. And I was like, "Why did you quit teaching?" And she was like, "Well, I've taught for 20 years." And she was like, most people, that's a long time to teach, but it was. I don't think it was because she didn't want to teach anymore. It was because it had changed so much and there's so much to deal with. It's not just teaching the kids anymore. There's so many other layers to it. It's dealing with the administration, it's dealing with the parents, it's dealing with all of the other things that I don't think people really realize unless um you really get into the workings of what's going on with our education system. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that there's a lot of involved parents and, a lot of parents that volunteer at their kids' schools and that, communicate with their kids' teachers regularly and all that. But there's also a lot of parents that just put their kids on the bus and never meet the teacher, never have any idea what's going on at the school. If they do get called up to the school, they're trying to fight the teacher and fight the principal. And so, I just, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into it. I think there's a lot more kids now that need special services and accommodations than ever before. And I just couldn't imagine having 20 something kids and say that 10 of those kids, which I feel is a very low number, but say 10 out of the 28 kids need special accommodations. And you have to remember what special accommodations each of those kids get. Each of those kids are being pulled out for different services. There's a lot of things going on, and I think a lot of parents don't even realize that, especially if you have typical children that don't have any issues at school and you don't have any reason to be super, super involved, or, super in contact with the school or the teacher. Um, it's just a lot. I mean, even like the curriculum's changed so much. And, I know you hear people talking about, Common Core and it's a lot. It is definite. I could do a whole stream just about our education system. I would say that they were abused as children if they do this. I think that's probably, I don't know the percentage, but I would say that people who molest children, probably very high percentage were molested as children. Teachers need dress code enforcement. Yes, yes. Um, I haven't observed too much of that being as we have homeschooled the past couple of years, and then my oldest son goes to high school, and so I don't really get to see the teachers as much, but definitely probably a possibility. Speaking of Publix, they have great cakes. Yes, wonderful, wonderful bakery, wonderful deli. I mean, their fried chicken is really good. Publix, they have that like little fried chicken and side and Hawaiian rolls combo. I mean, you can't beat that. That used to be a quick supper. Publix used to be right down the street from my son's Montessori school. So we may have ate Publix chicken a time or two. So yeah, I definitely could do. I could talk and talk about education, IEP meetings, all of that, special services. It's definitely, but I have mad respect for anyone who goes into the education field because it's definitely a calling. You don't do it for the money. You have to do it because you love teaching and you love children. And I definitely could not do it. Um, I have several friends that are teachers, and the stories that they tell would just blow your mind. Would blow your mind. So, yeah, I try to be super, super supportive of the teachers, and not just because I know what my children are capable of, but I just know in general what all they have to deal with. So, but this has been so much fun, so much fun. Thank you all so much for joining me and sharing this afternoon with me. I really appreciate it. And I will see y'all all again next time. Did I built 2 Publix within 5 miles of each other here? I was surprised. Oh, that is kind of surprising because Publix usually doesn't do that. So they must have thought there was really a need. Let's all go get high. Well, if it's legal in your state, where the fuck do you think you're going? Well, I was going to go with the dogs out. Where are you going? You still working? Don't anybody be doing any yard work. I don't know. Guess I was gonna go bake brownies or I don't know. I haven't been doing really good about the cooking supper. Um, yeah. I am gonna make that. You're still working. Well, we can tell you're working really hard. I'm definitely going to make that sweet and sour peppers and sausage this week. Not today because it's already 3 o'clock and it's a crock pot recipe. So, and we all know you don't start a crock pot recipe at 3 o'clock. So, I mean, you could, but then you wouldn't be eating dinner till bedtime. So, but yeah. So, I don't know. Dennis grilled out, or sorry, ITT grilled out burgers last night. But it being 1,000,000 degrees, I don't think he would like make it an Insta. You know, that Instapot is still in the box. It was bought in 2018 when we got married, and it is still in that box. I'm just gonna save it for a antique. Yeah. And in 50 years, I can take it to the Antique Roadshow, and it'll be worth $1,000,000. Yeah. We got the Instapot and the air fryer. We bought it for ourselves, but we got it like the weekend that we got married. I don't know. He seen info commercials, and that's all we'll say. The air fryer was really nice. I'm sure the Instapot's nice too, but I'm just saying I bonded with the air fryer fairly quickly. And it's the one that has the racks in it. It has like the door, and so it's like a little oven. And it had all the attachments, but it has like the little cookie sheets that go in it and all the things. And so, well, when you move in with us, you will. And let me tell you, for the first time ever, I like actually have space to store kitchen gadgets, because for 11 years I lived in an apartment. I didn't have any storage. But now I have all kinds of cabinets, and I have a pantry, and If that's not enough, then we have the garage because garage is storage, not to park the cars. I don't know who thinks that garages are to park the cars. Where would you put your stuff? Where do you put your holiday decor if you park your cars in the garage? That just doesn't make any sense. But yeah. I don't know. What are y'all having for dinner? Maybe I'll I did. I did. Well, I got really lucky. Um the people in my breezeway were all single moms, and there were several of us that lived there for a long time, so we all got along. So there were only a couple of apartments that people moved in and out of, but pretty much there were like 1, 2, 3. There were like 3 or 4 of us that were staples, that we lived there the whole time. And so we just watched out for each other and yeah. But it was fun, and like I miss having neighbors because I would cook and bake and then send the kids to the neighbors with, food for them. I'd be like, take this to Miss so and so. So when I moved here and none of the neighbors really talked to each other, it's weird. And then like especially too, you could sit out in the stoop or, like I lived on the bottom floor, but like I sit out on my porch when people came home from work and, you talk to the neighbors and talk about, the shows. And I go over to the lady across the hall, the breezeway, on Saturday mornings with my coffee and, we would do our thing, we'd gossip, talk about dating and whatever we were watching, you know, watching on TV and then, when she started working from home and stuff, it was just, it was fun. Um, Not so much were the other buildings in the apartment fun. Um, but yeah, uh, but when we moved, I was definitely ready to move. I was ready to go, and it had taken a turn for the worse, and just well, the whole area had the whole. I never thought I would want to leave Nashville, but I was ready to leave. I was ready to leave. Yes, storage and counter space, definitely. Garages are for drinking beer. Taught my newlywed neighbor to cook in Alabama. Aw. Yes. Well, I had this girl that I used to work with, and she was a new mom, and but she would always call and ask me cooking questions. But it's so funny because she would be like, "How much?" And I would be like, "I don't know, like a little bit." But it was funny because she was afraid to season anything. Like salt and pepper's your friend. Get a little all seasoning. Like it's all your friend. Seasoning's your friend. But yeah. But also too, like the funny thing is in my neighborhood, I was the minority. And so um when we moved down here, it's very there's not a lot of variety. And the real estate agent was very hmm, I don't know how to say it, but he mentioned some things. He said some things. And I just kindly told him, well, I'm used to being the minority in my neighborhood. So, you know, all I really want to know is anyone going to Yes, yes, Sarah, yes. I said, "I'm used to being the minority," and I was like, "And I'm totally okay with that." I said, "All I really wanna know is anyone going to shoot at me?" I was like, "That's what I'm concerned about." I said, I'm not concerned about being a minority or whatever." I said, "I'm just concerned about is anybody gonna shoot at me? Can my kids play in the yard? Can they ride their bike down the street?" You know? And I swear to goodness, this is what the real estate agent said. He said, "No." He said, "Usually if somebody down here is shooting, they're shooting at people they know. It's like family members shooting at each other." And I said, "Okay." I said, "I'm perfectly okay with that." I said, "Cool, cool." So that was but I will say this though, I have had more random racist comments made to me about other races, than I ever did living in Tennessee. And I guess people just think because I'm another white person that it's okay to say racist comments to me. And, I was at the vape store and me and this gentleman, I'm assuming he was the owner of the vape store. And we were having this wonderful conversation about, cruises and stuff. And then he just makes this very, very racist comment, and um, I just yeah, I had to say something. And he just kind of looks at me and I look at him and then he tries to backtrack, backpedal or whatever. But I just I can't. I can't. And I told this guy at Walmart, I was like, "You can't say that." I was like, "You can't say that, sir." He was like talking about someone's children. Angela says I don't cook with butter, oil, or salt. Ugh. I ugh. I mean, what are we gonna use instead of butter, oil, or salt? I mean, what are we gonna use instead of butter or oil? What are we gonna fry things in? How are we gonna fry fried green tomatoes? And sugar is for my hummingbirds. What am I gonna put in my coffee? So I'll assume y'all don't want me cooking. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a correct assumption. Angela, keep your ass in the yard, not in the kitchen. I'm gonna have to let Sarah speak for all of us. I mean, I can understand that sounds healthy, but mm, I don't want to live too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I gotta have sugar for my coffee. I gotta have butter for. I mean, I don't something. I'm sure because I've got a huge thing of country crock down there. I mean, no, girl, we ain't gonna serve you outside. You can come in the house and eat. Tell her, Sarah. Sarah, tell her she can come in the house and eat. I mean, currently, I don't think we have enough chairs at the table, but I did get a new tablecloth today and it was full price. Yes. So we got a fancy new tablecloth, but we're going to need to get more chairs if we expand our family. More chairs. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Or maybe y'all could just rotate because, Angela still got them children to take care of. So, yes, my love, you can come in to eat. You just can't cook. Sorry for the confusion. Oh, see, so sweet, so sweet. And communicating, see, communication, because that's really important in relationships, I hear. Communication. Communication is key. Yeah, communication is key. So, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. If we have anyone else that would like to nominate themselves for Sister Wife, please feel free to email me or send me a message on IG. We do not discriminate. You can also send pictures of examples of your yard work. I don't know, ladies. I mean, if you're also good at painting, that's what I really need done right now, painting and hanging things up. Hanging things up. That is something else that no one likes to do around here. Is hang things up. Like literally, if he comes home, he don't care how I hung it. He don't care if I looked for a stud. He don't care if it's hanging with the longest nail that I could find, a screw. He don't care what it's hanging. As long as he didn't have to hang it, he don't care how I got it up. He don't care. Oh, you love to paint walls. We're not talking about crafts here. We're talking about like painting the bedroom and the bathroom. I have had the, or yeah, we have had the paint for quite a while. I don't even remember what color I picked out. I decorate cute and easy to clean around. Well, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. I'm beginning to think less is more. Less is more. I don't have to have every inch with something on it. Yes. Every inch doesn't have to have something on it. We don't need knickknacks everywhere. But I do have a thing about pictures. I love framed pictures of, the children. I suck at painting. We're gonna blend well. I mean, this does sound to be going good. This does. This does. I mean, the only issue I think we may have is when it comes to watching the YouTubes. We'll all have to go in our own room, to watch our different things. But I think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be okay. We do have 2 dogs, so it does, it does. We don't have any allergies, do we? Well, Angela apparently doesn't want butter, oil, or salt. You don't cook with it, but are you okay with eating butter, salt, oil, and sugar, Angela? Are you gonna be okay with eating those items? We can use earbuds. I'll be outside smoking with YouTube in my bra. What does that even mean? You put your phone in your bra? Not much of an animal person. Well, we might have an issue. Might have an issue because that's one. And I don't have a picture of the little one, but of course I eat it. I'm Southern. Okay, okay. Just don't cook with it. I think you might have just said that you didn't cook with those things, so we wouldn't ask you to cook. Maybe. Just saying. Yeah. I like gravy with everything. Everything tastes better with gravy. Lies go down better with gravy too. He's cute as long as we keep the house super clean. Well, yeah, yeah. You have to sweep a lot with dogs. It makes it a lot better too since we got the downstairs living room hardwood. So it makes it a lot better with the dogs. I do yard work listening to YouTube in my bra. Well, that's good. That's good. I do know that, or one of that reminds me, one the neighbor I used to have, she had really really big boobies, and she would keep everything in her bra, everything like her phone, her cigarettes, and all the things. And it's hilarious. Hilarious. She was a big girl and she got the weight loss surgery. Oh, Angela says she'll watch the dogs. Send them outside to me. Girl, just getting better and better. Better and better. I mean, technically, I mean, in September when we come to Florida, when we come back from the cruise, I mean, y'all could just follow us back home. Just saying. Well, I mean, Angela, you got them kids in school, but just give them the house. Just pay the bills online and just let them have the house. It's what they want anyway. It is. It's what they want. Yes, yes, yes. Exactly. Exactly. Like, we are not taking any sweaty titty money here. No, thank you. I never know how people I mean, I guess I don't have enough I never feel like things are secure in my bra. Maybe I don't maybe I have too much room, not enough boobies in my bra. I don't know. I've never felt comfortable keeping my money in my bra. I don't know. Just me. Much rather stick it in my back pocket or but I guess if you don't have pockets, you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I mean, I guess, not if you don't get not if we decide we can't afford to get yours exchanged out. I mean, what if you have to go all natural? What if we don't swap them out? What if we just leave you with what God gave you, Angela? How much room will you have left then? For those of y'all sitting on the patio, do y'all need a refill of lemonade? Just holler if you do. We'll send somebody out there. I'm about ready for a refill. Oh, maybe. Like, can you pop them? You know how dudes pop their pecs? Decades ago, decades ago, when women rarely wore pants, women had to keep cash in their bra. Well, that makes sense. And welcome, Macabre. Welcome. Good to see you. Feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, all the things. Sugar free lemonade coming right up. You can take that shit right back in the house, Angela. Take it on right back in the house. That's why we don't let you serve. That's why we don't let you serve around here. Don't listen to her patio people. We'll have somebody out with some real lemonade. We don't be serving sugar free around here. Unless, of course, you're diabetic. And then we'll see if we can get you some Splenda. We ain't trying to kill nobody around here. Allegedly. Oh, let me check the mod chat. The mod chat. Please don't be sending me any nudes unless you have them copy copywritten. And one of my baby daddies could do that. Not a, I don't know. You might be more impressive than him, but yeah, he could pop his pecs. He could pop his pecs. I don't know. I can only pop my butt cheeks like that. Oh, are you? Okay, well, you know, I like to say that I'm just a chocolate stampede away from being sloppy, but I like to push my boundaries. So, Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I will be sending it around to everybody. Yes, I will. Hopefully not to the church group, but oh, should I show that message when I ask if you can be a sister wife? I wouldn't say clap, but just more of like a wave, more of like a little wave. But yeah, but probably one of the traumas to my back might be trying to learn how to twerk with no ass. Watching them YouTube videos. Watching them YouTube videos. They make it look so easy, that pole dancing. They make it look so easy. It's like watching gymnastics or ice skating on TV. You watch it for hours and hours and you're like, "Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks so easy." Like, it looks so easy. It is not. Pole dancing is not easy. It takes a lot of upper body strength. A lot of upper body strength. It does. And there's a lot of pole injuries. I'm sure of it. I don't know the statistics on that, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that they're probably pretty high. Allegedly, in my opinion. Gotta stop saying that. So, when the ITT department comes home, he just hears bits and parts of whatever I'm listening to, and um, he hears that, and then he goes around saying it all the time, and so it's stuck in my head. That not that it wouldn't be anyway, but oh, I'm sure, because Angela knows all them dirty songs, all them dirty, dirty songs. Oh, yes, pole exercising, I'm sorry, yes, of course, pole exercising. That is what it's called, pole exercising. It is hard, it is hard, and I know people are always talking about that Satan Reddit. I'm telling you, Reddit is only evil if you go where the evil is. I enjoy the Reddit. And I'm not even talking about the Reddit to do with the YouTube. Just in general, there's a million Reddit subreddits or whatever that are wonderful, that don't have anything to do with YouTube drama. I mean, don't get me wrong, like those are funny too, but there's a pole exercising Reddit where people post their videos, okay? And it's great. It's great. Like, I appreciate it. And let me tell you, the heavier the girl is, the more I appreciate what they can do. Because I cannot climb that pole. I cannot climb that pole. It's hard. It is hard work. Singing them dirty rap songs. Stop doing the phone like cheating. I know, I know. My husband makes fun of me because I will be blaring the music in the Jeep until I get to our driveway, and then I'll turn it down real quick and pull in the driveway like a nice, sweet woman. Yeah. Like the rest of the neighborhood just didn't hear, the nastiness that I was listening to, but yeah, like I follow all kinds of meal prepping on Reddit and things about therapy, eye bleach, which is cute little videos with animals, stuff about couponing, free food, uh, stuff about sister wives. If you enjoy making fun of Cody, which you know I do, that made me smile. I mean, it's just like the internet. It's like YouTube. You know, it depends where you go. But I hate when they just talk about Reddit being evil and all that because I'm like, no, it's really not. It's where you go. There is a ton, you know, there's people on Reddit that exchange um, gifts off of Amazon with strangers. You can find your local news on Reddit. I find out all kinds of things. You know, I follow the local news. I find out things about like all these little small communities. I mean, you should, Angela. I think you should. I don't know. I'm currently like we've been watching all these things on Prime about the aliens. I don't know how many of you know, I did the one stream where I talked about the aliens, but there wasn't a lot of people really really in here that day. But what do y'all think about aliens? I think if there are aliens that are watching us, we are probably scaring the aliens, truth be known. The aliens are probably scared of us. They're probably like, look at those people. Girl, are you talking about dating or the aliens? Gotta be more specific. Until you're probed, you don't believe. You don't believe what? You don't believe they love you? You don't believe there's aliens? I don't know. Like my question is do you think there's windshield wipers on some UFOs? That's what I asked. That's what I asked my husband the other night when it was raining. I said, "Do you think some UFOs like have windshield wipers?" Wish aliens would crop circle this damn grass. Definitely don't be out there mowing grass during the day right now, with it being so hot. I worry about you. Right? Yeah. Let me tell you though, while I was out shopping today, I cannot tell you how many guys, because I mean it was, you know, first thing in the morning, but yeah, guys like that I seen buying cases of water and Gatorade and ice. I feel so bad for anybody that has to work out in this heat. Oh, bless them. Bless them. And if you're listening to this and you have to work out in this heat or your significant other does, uh, bless you. And thank you so much for whatever you do. Yes. Be careful, girl. Be careful. It can wait. Those critters can wait. They'll be there. I don't know. It's too hot. And it does this every year, and I knew it would. It just it's fine one day, and the next day, boy, it's 100. Is it not? It just goes so quick. And that's why I've been sitting outside. I've been sitting in the sunroom day and night because I knew just overnight it was going to get unbearable. And it did. It did. It just happened overnight. It just happened so quick. I'm just so worried about my little plants, all of them. I'm just watering them and loving on them. But yes, definitely, you just gotta hydrate, hydrate. We definitely have humidity. Yes, lots of humidity. The 111. I know when I was out at 8 o'clock this morning, it was already just miserable. And it was 98 at 8. That's, yeah. But yes, it's very humid here. Very humid. I don't think I would know what it was like to live somewhere where it's not humid. It's like when I went to San Diego, it's not humid there, obviously. And it was amazing. It was amazing. But you do love the heat. Yeah, I like a comfortable 80 degrees. That would be okay with me. I don't need it to um be reminiscent of what hell may be like. You know? I would like to be comfortable. I would prefer to be comfortable. 100 is not comfortable, in my opinion. And also, I'm very fair skinned, so I can't handle a lot of direct sunlight. Like, even with sunscreen and a hat and all that, like, I have to limit my exposure. Did the person on the patio get their lemonade? I see we have one person on the patio. Did y'all get your regular lemonade or your sugar-free, whatever you ordered? We wanna make sure you're being taken care of. Right. Yeah. Yes, very, very fair. Alright, ladies. Well, Sarah, I don't know when you get off work, hun, but you gonna have to finish this shift on your own. I love y'all, but I gotta go let the dogs out and take myself to the restroom, all the things. I don't know how these people Does anyone on the patio have any dabs? Well, I think we lost our patio person. 'Cause we're down to just you two. But if anyone on the patio has any dabs, we might. Oh, I don't know. We bumped up to 4. We're willing to trade some chips and salsa for dabs on the patio. Well, we're now reaching like the happy hour time, so maybe we could do like half price appetizers. Thank you. Oh, she might be talking to you, Angela. Yeah, I never had a dab. Wouldn't be opposed to it. But it's now 3:34, so I mean we could do half price appetizers on the patio, right? Who doesn't love a snack? Who doesn't love a snack? The I listened to a streamer called White Rabbit, and she's in the Krama community or however you say it. But I like her. She's pretty chill. She just talks about the other people. She tries not to get in the drama, but um well, I don't know about that, but they have snacks. I'm willing to try it. But she was talking about she was making poppers. I'm assuming jalapeno poppers, but yeah. She had to cut her live short earlier so she could go eat her jalapeno poppers. I was like, dang, that sounds good. I wouldn't be opposed to some jalapeno poppers. That's why I like Sonic. I don't really like necessarily to eat at Sonic, but I like their snacks, like the pretzels, the cheese sticks, the jalapeno poppers. And right now they have pickle fries, which me and Angela have discussed the pickle fries. So I enjoy a snack from Sonic and a drink. But thank you all so much for joining me. And if you are listening to this on the replay and you have made it this far, congratulate yourself and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, what your favorite kind of cake is. Any kind of comment would be appreciated. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you, my fellow sister wives, Sarah Z and Angela. Thank you, everyone who came in. And maybe I will talk to y'all in the morning for some coffee and chat. We'll just have to see. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. Let me see if I can send y'all out with something.